head dancing, actually. Yeah, he was one of the, I like that.
Talk to you later.
The First Lady's going to be joining us at about 7:30 this morning for a couple minutes to come on and encourage people to vote. We're going to be hearing from others today because Ohio is a big state, so all of a sudden it's been all thrown into our lap. So
it's important now.
Yeah, she's going to be calling it. And then also Ed Norton, the guy who played, the Incredible Hulk.
Right.
He was the best version.
Rounders was a good movie. He was in Fight Club.
Fight Club. I've only seen about 20 minutes of Fight Club, but
really?
It was pretty good. Yeah, and I saw on YouTube that one scene of the curb stomp from
American History X.
Yeah.
He was jacked in that movie, too.
Yeah. He's a pretty good actor, so he's going to be calling in and talk to us. It's going to get, we'll try to have some fun with him because, and same with Michelle Obama, because I don't want to become WLW where we're just all political.
Right.
You
can't ignore the fact that it's election day.
No, of course, but we'll have some fun with it, okay? Here's news around the world in 30 seconds for you right now, real quick.
The president appearing at a campaign rally in Madison, Wisconsin, telling his audience his rival's message of change is anything but.
The large and enthusiastic crowds greeting Romney as he winds down this campaign in Florida, Virginia, and Ohio.
One new study finds multivitamins could lower the risk of cancer. MTV is going to air a fundraiser for the devastated Jersey Shore. The one-hour program will air November 15th and will feature the cast of Jersey Shore along with other guests.
Well, that's the important stuff. Jay Wow's thought on the terrible tragedy
Sandy
over on the East Coast. Yeah, their beaches. She probably doesn't even know that the Jersey Shore is even there during the winter months. You know what I mean?
It just pops up in the summer,
right? Yeah, it's like and she thinks the Earth is flat. Because it's political season, Obama, he came on our show at one point, and he's got some trouble, and I think it's because of this kind of stuff that he was saying on our show.
Yeah, Governor Romney, he's kicking my ass.
Mm-hmm.
I got to be blunt about it. I'm a little bit worried.
Well, I got to be honest, Mr. President, you did come on here. Ohio's very important, and you did come on our show and just totally trashed the tri-state area.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure that it didn't help, and I want to take this time that I have with you to apologize to everybody out there. First, I want to say I'm sorry to the people of Kentucky. I'm sorry that I said safe sex for you is with an animal that doesn't kick.
Well, wait a minute. Mr. President, you never said that on our show.
I didn't?
No.
Oh, well, it's true. I'm also sorry that I said that the only good-looking woman in Indiana are tourists.
That's great.
And I'm also sorry that I said Ohio State grads can't even make ice. And while I'm on the apology train here, I'm sorry that I said that the only test that Ohio women can pass are the FATs.
FATs?
Yeah, not the SATs, the FATs.
No, I get it. See, now, this is why, you're in this funk that you're in, because you're just digging yourself a complete hole.
Well, look, Chris, I've done my best to apologize, and if the people of Ohio choose to go with Governor Romney, then they deserve what's coming to them.
That was pretty intense when we talked to him, Thomas.
He tackled some hard issues.
Definitely. Yeah. It's a Kid Chris show. It's 102.7 WEBN. Tomorrow, programming note. I'm excited. You're excited, Thomas. Thomas hooked this up. He did a lot of research, and I know Meat's very excited.
Yes.
Those white trash videos that we put up on kidchris.com with that girl screaming at the camera, talking about the people making fun of her on Facebook, and her mom's in the background, and her mom's showing her breasts and stuff and yelling. She's coming on the show tomorrow.
Exciting.
Very excited. She's responsible for this kind of stuff.
How can I be fake, Ellie King, if that's your real name? All the pictures is of me. All the videos is of me and my mom, Cindy. So, see, I am not fake, you ugly-looking bitch.
Whoa!
Yeah, you ugly monkey. Go climb on the
She goes, talk, Cindy.
Yeah, you ugly monkey. Go climb on another tree and jump off on the other side.
There you go, Cindy. Sarah, Mom ran out of RAM for a second.
Mom's buffering on the... This is the best video. I'm sorry.
It is.
We can't get enough of it. You don't understand. Now, you might be hearing this again at 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. We're playing this again.
No.
But listen, this is nothing. We do it all day.
We're doing you a favor right now.
Oh, God. You got to watch the video. It's up on kidchris.com.
Next time, if you harass my daughter, she will get you on harassment. 1, I am pregnant with my son, Frederick Jr.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll be 5 months tomorrow, and he's kicking the me right now. Yeah. My dad died 3 weeks ago tomorrow at 6:18 a.m. Yeah. My husband is real. He's in the living room watching TV. He doesn't like drama. Only thing I delete him in the first play off my account. Right.
Yeah, and Mom's got the hiccups, too, so you'll hear it in a second. Just rickle.
But I have it on my family page. Yeah. You moron. This is...
You moron.
So good.
It's not a wig. It's real. If it was a wig, it'll come off right about now. Yeah. I dyed it black. You like my shirt? It says Mount Vernon because that's where I actually live. Hometown.
Hometown.
We got it now.
That's where I actually live. Hometown.
Where I actually live. Hometown.
So
Hometown.
if you call our show, make sure when I ask where you're from, you say Cincinnati, where I actually live, and then we can
Oh, my God, yes.
Hometown.
Do it.
You
The hiccups are the best.
All right, I'm done playing these.
Oh,
if you want
my
to see
God.
them, go to kidchris.com, all right? Hey, a very important day here in the political world, of course. You know that. President. People are going out to vote, hopefully. And on the phone, someone that's very close to the guy who is in office now and trying to regain that position. It's Michelle Obama on EBN.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Being the wife of somebody who's running for president, that's you got to be maybe twice as strong as this guy, because the guy takes this gig, he works his butt off to get this gig, and then gets the gig, and then it ages. If you look at the old tapes, it ages a man.
Yeah.
Do you,
well, you know, living in a country where folks aren't getting a fair shake is also stressful.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I mean, that's what I think about, because I look at, you know, the number of kids not getting the education that they need. College is skyrocketing. People going to work every day without health care. The amount of unfairness that we're seeing in terms of how the policies have pushed this country in the wrong direction also ages us, and it frustrates us. I tend to think about that end of this journey rather than, you know, the struggle. But it should be a hard job. Anyone who endeavors to undertake it should be prepared for a long, hard battle. Barack knows that firsthand. So I'm going to be right there with him.
Yeah,
for sure.
Now, when he does these speeches, I mean, he's a great speaker. You must get giddy when he gets up there, right? And starts speaking and getting the crowd all fired up, especially like that. We have that one commercial where he goes, "We got to put an end to this war." It's like, wow.
You're pretty good. I just felt some chills right there.
Yeah, see, it's the power, it's the strength of the voice.
Wow. But we're so focused on, you know, the task at hand. I mean, we want to do well here in the state, and we want people to get out and vote. So, you know,
we're talking to First Lady Michelle Obama on the phone, and you know, it's funny that you're calling in to tell us all to vote, but especially here in Ohio. We all know it's time to vote. I mean, we've been bombarded with commercials, radio, TV, posters, billboards, everything.
You know, I mean, when you think about what's happened, the Democrats have competed vigorously and will have in almost every state in the union. Mm-hmm. And that means commercials and debates and posters and billboards and people focusing their attention on this party's policies and platforms. And even though sometimes it's been heated, you know, a lot can be said for just people being aware and focused on these candidates. So, I think it's good for the party, it's good for the country just to have people focused. Yes. But at the same time, you don't want to go too negative. And Barack, I think, has done a phenomenal job at defending accusations or misconceptions without sort of becoming that.
Yeah.
And I think that's sort of the line that you know, Barack, I think, has done a successful job in walking. But, you know, again, I think that people are focused and engaged. Overall, you know, I think that, you know, it's been good for democracy overall.
Okay. And then I know we got to go because you're on a busy schedule, but Mrs. Obama, thanks a lot for
for your time, and I was very excited to see that your first date was to see Do the Right Thing. Great movie.
Right great. Yeah, we also went to the Art Institute. He was trying to sort of show his
artsy side.
His side, his artsy side.
Yeah, but Do the Right Thing. That's a great Spike Lee joint.
It was a good movie.
It's a great movie.
We now don't see movies, so
that's
probably the last movie we saw.
I'll send over a DVD.
Okay. You guys take care,
right,
and
thanks
for taking the time, and just remind people to get out there and vote.
Thanks a lot, Mrs. Obama.
Okay.
Right, bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
She was very nice.
Michelle Obama. Wow. Hey, there you go. Who would have thought on the show that, shaves women? What? And before we talk to Ed Norton here, I want to tell all the podcast people to make sure that you like the Facebook page and follow me on Twitter at Kid Chris. It's very important. You never know. This shitty-ass business, it could end up just, they could change their mind again and decide, now we want to play Justin Bieber, and then this one will go away as well. So the more I build this Twitter thing and the Facebook and all that stuff, then I could go and do the show once again. So you never know what could happen. So make sure that you follow me on at Kid Chris and on Facebook, Kid Show on Facebook, all right? It's very important. I see over here on the phone, Ed Norton is on the phone. Now, Ed, I know it's a very high political time. Are you a Romney guy or a Obama dude?
No, I'm kind of involved generally in just encouraging folks to get out and vote, whoever they're coming down for.
Spreading the word.
Yeah, I think it's just. I mean, can you think of the last time that people were paying attention? Still, we've never been through an election where it was actually this hard fought all the way out, and I think it's really either way that it goes down, it's going to be historic.
Are you a guy that's going to be up late to find out what goes on?
I am really interested. I got to say, this is the most enthusiastic I've ever been. I've never felt really. My dad was in college when Kennedy got elected and gave his.
So have you always voted?
I've always voted. Yeah. Sometimes with kind of a sigh. Sometimes been disappointed. We had our New York governor.
Oh, dude, that was epic. The governor getting popped with prostitutes. You can't get better than that. That's been a long time. So you were a supporter of that guy.
I was, yeah. I mean, a lot of us were. A lot of people.
Why is it that the guys that are so against certain things are the ones that get popped?
God, man, get a shrink. Get Dr. Ruth on. And ask her, because I can't even pretend to.
Did you chuckle at all? I laughed. I think that's funny.
I mean, whenever anything's that extreme, you can't wait for Chris Rock or whoever to get a hold of it.
Yeah, right. But the thing, I mean, and plus, I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, $5,000 for a broad is a lot. But and never mind, she wasn't. I don't think she was that hot. I mean, she had a butterface.
There was nobody at the hotel bar in Washington.
Exactly. It's true.
Whiskey and ginger ale, man. Come on.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, for real. We're talking to Ed Norton here on WEBN, and listen, he's very fired up about all this stuff. Everybody's going out to vote today, and he's calling in to kind of push you to get out there and vote.
This is a year where you're not looking at a bunch of people and going, how the hell did these people end up being? Yeah. These are all people with real track records of public service. Whatever your feelings about where they come down on the issues, it's hard not to respect all of them. I don't look at Barack Obama as a revolution or anything crazy like that. In fact, I don't think he does either, which is part of what appeals to him about me. I think he's got a very healthy view of politics as a mechanism that can only really tolerate small steps in a way. I don't think he even looks at it as a situation, having talked to him, where all of what he firmly believes is going to be achieved.
Well, he's a thunderous talker when he speaks. I mean, that's pretty incredible. It's kind of like,
he is. But I think that if you listen to it, what's interesting to me about it is that in a lot of ways what he's saying is that the same thing that a lot of people feel, which is that it's, last 16 years, most of my adult life as a voter, the country's been run by the same two groups of people.
Yeah.
And most of that time, I feel like politics has been much more about the parties than it's been about country.
We're on the phone with Ed Norton now. If he loses, you're not going to curb stomp anybody, are you?
Please do.
You won't like me when I'm angry.
Wow, you're fired up for this whole thing, man. And I got to be honest with you, like I told the other people I've called in about it, I've never registered to vote.
Well, look.
Well, here's why.
Honestly, I think it's worth talking about because a lot of people haven't read. I think a lot of people our age don't register to vote.
Yeah,
a huge number. we've all had that. I've done that thing where I'm off working somewhere and it's coming around and, it's like you got to get the absentee ballot and stuff like that. And I've gone, I've snoozed on it.
Yeah.
And thought, because there's times you just go, it's just irrelevant. Like, you just go, it's irrelevant. Even when I cared, even when I really, didn't want to see George Bush elected to a second term. Sometimes you go, well, I'm in New York and he's going to lose. Kerry's going to win. So why bother? You know what I mean? It's like, the idea that this country could never slip, into a